Now.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
So.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull us up so I can open this
Hi,
chat.
Natasha.
Oh, I got someone here. Yay!
Why is my thing still okay? There it is. I wanted to be able to mute my sound, and I'm like, why is it not showing on my side? Okay. All right. So we're live and we're out here. Do you guys hear echo? Do I need to put my headset on?
I think you're good. I don't think
Let me
it's up
see.
to you if you want, but
Natasha, if you can still hear me, does it sound like it's doing because I keep moving my microphone. Maybe I'll move it over here. So my
I'm gonna
microphone.
see. I don't know if Nicole wants to join. I didn't get a chance to ask her. I'll check with her real quick and see if she wants to join us or not.
Okay. And you have the link if she wants to. You could just send it to her. My eyes can't see right now.
That's cool. I got it. I'm just gonna see. I don't know if she's even on. You know, when you have kids, it's pretty much
All
it's
right,
pretty
I'm not gonna
rare.
wear the headset then because I can't stand wearing the headset.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. I don't see why you would have to. I don't think it's a requirement. Um,
Well, so while DL is looking to see if our girl is going to be joining us, I just want to let you all know that this week's theme is external influences. So the questions we have the three questions like we always do. If
mhm.
you look in the description, you'll see them, so you can have kind of a heads up to what they are and what we're going to be talking about in between the writing. So
Yep. What are
yeah,
you working on tonight?
okay. I am working on the headache that is my trailer.
Oh my
And
goodness, that is a lot. That is a
my headache,
lot.
I mean, yeah, because I during the process when you have your script, to me, see, you already know like writing to me is probably the easiest thing in the world. I can write all day, every day, no matter what,
Yeah.
tell a story.
Mm.
But once you actually have the script, it has to be broken down. Every single solitary element has to be broken down. So some
So
even
how do you mean like the scene? Do you have to do? So I have never looked at an actual script. I'm sure I can just probably look it up on the internet, but I have never seen an actual script. I do realize that it's dialogue for them to read each conversation, but
right.
is there like a section on, let's say, a page that has what the scene's supposed to look like,
No, what
or
it
it does
is,
that?
how it works, and there are more than one script. Like my director script is a little bit different than the talent script.
Yeah.
So, and then there's other elements that you have that's not even on the script itself, like your camera stuff, your shot list.
Okay.
So basically, let's say you had I wish I had a can do picture in picture. I don't know how to do that. But if you had a script in your hand, the first thing it's going to tell you is where you are, if you're inside or outside. So it'll say interior or exterior,
Oh, okay.
INT. Then
Mm.
it'll tell you, let's just say interior, Aphrodite studio day. So you get where you are
Hmm.
exactly and what time of day, if it's
Okay.
day or night. There are people who will use evening, midday, all this other stuff. Don't do that. It's either daytime or it's nighttime.
Oh,
And
okay.
under that, you have the paragraph that sets the scene. Now, the scene itself could be, and I'm old school, so I don't go deep into details. It's not
Yeah.
a damn book, it's a script. But anything that is important to mention, you mention. So in my studio is covered with post-it notes and wall and stuff like that.
Mm.
And it's important to me that you know that. So it'll say, gray walls with the post-it notes and stuff all over it. The room is a mess. It's just one single desk and stuff like that. That kind of stuff
Okay.
that you need to know.
A quick description.
Then who's in the room?
Okay.
See, now normally on mine, like all that stuff that I just said to you, I wouldn't
Mhm.
do. I would like interior Aphrodite studio day, Aphrodite sitting at her desk working.
Okay.
Period. It will not go into all the stuff. But if
Okay.
it's crucial to when you're shooting, then you say it.
Right. Then you say it. So this is done. Is this done also on the actor's version of the script or
Yeah,
no?
they will have that. What they won't have is in industry, there are certain colors that go with certain things. Now, I'm going to make this up because My brain doesn't do that thing where I memorize the where it connects certain things. I have to see it in order for it to make sense. Well,
Right.
for instance, if everything I just said to you, interior, Aphrodite's studio day, walls are covered with this, that, Aphrodite is sitting in a chair with her black shirt and whatever the hell, if that's important.
Okay.
But everything that I say gets a different color. So characters are colored in orange.
Okay.
So you highlight every time somebody's damn name
Oh, color
or an
code.
extra, you code that, and then
Oh.
the microphone that is sitting in front of her, close to her boob. Microphone is a prop. Then it gets highlighted in blue.
Oh, okay.
Computer blue. Then whatever. Anytime you have a thing, you have an object, you have an animal, you have wardrobe. That's a different color. You have um, it's all color coded.
Okay. That's
So
cool. That's
then
different.
you break that down into your shot list.
Okay.
And your shot list is the beast because you can literally watch a commercial and see how many times the camera angle changes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have.
You have to indicate all that.
What?
So
I
medium,
didn't realize you had to indicate it on the script, like the shot script, I
no,
guess.
you have to
That's
do it on
different.
the shot list based on your script. So if I
Oh,
was
who gets the shot list?
you, the director,
Okay.
not the person who wrote it, they could be the same person, but the
Right, right.
director. And then
Producer.
the DP, the director of photography, the person who is the camera person,
Oh, obviously that
and
makes sense.
the DP.
Okay.
And they have to know what shot the director wants. So, for instance, if I was shooting us talking right, I mean, this was going on with us right now,
Okay.
which you'll have back and forths and stuff like that. It's a mess. But let's just say we're doing my part, and I
Yeah.
have a camera. I would have like a medium close up. I might have a tilt. Oh my god, it's so much. A
So
medium.
you have to know all this in order to get. Well, I guess that's why some people, let's say movies or something, their scenes and shots are better than other directors.
Yeah,
Let's say because
yeah.
they don't have the same style or taste, right?
Yes, I mean, you can tell, like, if you watch certain movies, like, before anybody says anything, if it's Spike Lee.
Yes, this is
Spike
true.
Lee famous
Or John Woo or something like that.
for, like, there is, what is it? He likes to do Dutch angles, and
Mm,
he likes to do, with technically it's called worm eye view. So, like, when the camera's low, shooting up, and then he'll do bird's eye views, and he'll do
right.
Dutch angles. Dutch angles are just when you see stuff that's on a tilt.
Mm.
And
I've
you
seen
look
him do
at
that a lot.
And usually when people do that, it's because something's getting ready to happen, and then it's tilt, and then you get a slow zoom
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
or a pan.
Yes.
Pan is when you go left or right, and zoom is when you go in and out.
Yes.
All that has to be written. Like, I'll give you an example. Aaliyah,
Okay.
there's a scene where Aaliyah is running down one hall, turning the corner, and then going down the other.
Okay.
So I have to make sure that I have my camera person who is literally at the corner. But I hope you can see my hands. I can't tell if I'm in shot.
Okay.
Camera, he's in the corner of the between the two hallways, which is a L. He's
Mm-hmm.
at the corner of it.
Okay.
He's pointing down, and so it's not tracking. He's on sticks, which means it's a tripod, steady, still. It's still.
Okay.
Okay.
Still that.
So
Okay.
she's running towards the camera. He follows her,
Okay.
then she goes down the hall.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, so I have to write all that.
So how do you write? How would you write that for him to understand how to do that?
Depends on, okay. I want basically he has to follow her. He has to
Yes. Tracker. Okay.
track. He knows that to track he has to pan. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I get you. I know what
He
pan is.
also knows that if he's on sticks, that the camera is just sitting there. It's not. You ever see handheld when somebody's holding it in their hands? It's kind of
Yes.
shaky.
Of course. Yeah. Shake your hand.
Then when it's on sticks, no shake.
No shake. Of course. Yes.
He will have actually be handheld because she's moving. And whenever I do scenes, and you know my shit too, whenever I do stuff where the person is moving, then I like my camera to also be moving. Plus,
Yes,
because she's in a panic, she's running because she's scared that Chase is getting ready to catch her.
yes.
it has that element too. So it's like
So it's okay for it to be in handheld because
yeah,
it's
and
more
it's
of an
a little
effect of
shaky.
her
It's not
movements.
big shaky, but it's a little shaky because
It's a little
she's
shaky.
running. But he's also, for lack of a better term, he's also still because she's
Yeah.
running towards him. So she's
Right.
going to get bigger. There's no zoom. She's going to get bigger organically and then get smaller again.
Yes, that's a obviously a
And
style
so
too.
he's just tracking her.
Okay.
Now, there's another scene where she's in the hallway, so it's a wide shot. It's a WS.
Yes.
And that means you are getting everything. And it basically it makes her look small, which is the look I'm going for. She's small alone, even though she isn't, because there's other students around. They disperse. Then I get a zoom to a MCU, a medium close up
Yeah.
of her face.
Ah, okay.
But also the scene where she's oh girl, the scene where she's sitting in the chapel,
Uh-oh.
her back, you're getting a shot, basically Chase's POV point of view.
Okay.
Chase's point of view of what she looks like from behind, sitting there. Her head is down, so you only get in the back of her head. But
Hmm.
you know some shit is getting ready to go down. So I have a bird's eye view of her that's shooting down on her as
Yeah.
she's slowly turning because she realized somebody walked in.
Yes.
But what I did was after you get the insert of them actually the three boys coming in, it's on her face and it's going to do how it's a rack, not a rack focus. A rack focus is when you're looking at something in the background is kind of blurred out,
Yes. Yes.
which is the other way around.
Hmm.
But no, it's hold on, I have the notes.
It's
Oh, a
so
match
it's
cut.
so it's so
So,
interesting. I wish I could be like on set on this
oh
situation.
no, I need you to be on set because
I
what's
wish.
going to happen is it's going to be a match cut because that scene is delicate and I do
Mhm.
not want to shoot what actually happened to her.
Right.
So I'm going to shoot. I'm going to go to an extreme close up of her eyes, and then I'm a match cut. And what that means is it's still going to be on her eyes, but when it comes zooms back out,
Hmm.
it's going to be sitting in her room.
Yeah. Over. Yeah. I
You know what
get
I
you.
mean? So it's going to focus. She's in the chapel. It makes it to her eyes, and then it zooms back out. She's in her room, and then that's when you see the tears coming down her face, and she's crying.
Yeah.
So before she balls up in her bed.
Mm.
So that's going to let people know that some shit went down. Some really
Yeah.
bad shit went down.
Are
It's
you going to do since you know obviously I read the book like how many times now, but
hi. I'm sorry.
um
Hi.
yeah, I got her. I don't know. So how do you? Because I know what happens right after that happens. So if you're going to do the zoom in on her eyes, and then when you zoom out, she's in her room. Are you going to do flashback memory of the scene with what's his name? They were taught when he was trying to check on her. Like, are you
No,
going to do like that from flash or
for the
what?
trailer? What I just said is what's happening in the trailer. I
That's
am
happening in the
doing,
trailer. Are you putting some hardcore shit in the trailer? What?
right, but I am
I didn't
doing the
know
scene. I'm doing what you're gonna hear is okay. Picture everything I just said.
that.
They're coming in. She's sitting there. She's unaware at first. Then when she is kind of aware, she's nervous. She starts to turn because she shouldn't have been in there anyway.
Yeah,
She turns slowly. Blah blah blah. You get to see them. They're walking towards her.
she
Go
shows
into her face. Match cut out. But what you hear is the conversation. So while
okay,
that's
that's
slowly
cool. I like
happening to
that.
her, and she's like, I'll scream. And he says, promise. So you get to see that, and it's kind of
Oh,
really
I
fun.
like that. I like the way you plan on doing. That sounds good. That would make me interested. Like if I was in a
So
trailer, I'd
it
be like,
makes me
"What the fuck
cry.
happened? Like, what happened?
And the girl,
What happened to her?"
the actress is so good that it just it's
She
scary.
is. If it's the girl who I think you're talking about, she is good though.
She's really good. She's really
Oh
good.
my
So
god, I can't wait till this is like. I know you're doing the trailer for the book, but I can't wait till it's like a full done like
yeah, and
series or
so I
movie or
have,
whatever you're gonna do
and
with
I
that.
keep telling myself not to jinx myself, but I do have kind of um a person at Netflix who I want to send it to. Like it's a sizzle reel, so I want to send it to them to kind of get them interested in maybe doing a mini series of Shadow.
That would be awesome. I would
I
say look at
will
that.
try.
Oh, yeah, we probably should have introduced
I
ourselves, even though
know
people
we've
know
been
who we
talking for
are. I
so
forgot
long.
about that.
People
Talking about the book stuff, you know what you
15
gonna do.
minutes. I'm so sorry.
It's cool.
But I will
I really want.
definitely, what I'll do is I will
Mm,
send you what it looks like to
pardon me.
break it down. And
Yeah.
then I will send you what it's broken down into. And I will, like, when you see stuff like FS and MCUs and stuff like that, I will tell you what they all mean. So
Yeah,
they,
I might have to get you to like teach me how to write a script because I would be
how to write
interested
the
in
script is
trying to.
different. I can teach you
Yeah,
that in like 5 minutes.
yeah, but I know they always have like because like what's her name? Writing a script is different than writing a screenplay
Oh,
though.
it's a script and screenplay. No, it's the same. But writing
Is
for
it?
television is different than writing for movies, but it's only slightly different.
Okay, because
Writing
so
a
do they mean when they say like writing when they say you write the screenplay for a book? Are they talking about the script or do what do they mean? Is that different?
a screenplay,
Yes.
usually when someone says screenplay, they talk about something that's a movie. And
Okay, and
usually
not a
when they
miniseries.
say script, they're talking about television, but in actuality, they're the same thing. People just
Okay,
kind of they use them interchangeable because they are the same thing. When you write a script, you write a script for it to be a movie, for it to be on television. It can be
I
a
get you.
movie,
They
TV
just call it screenplay
shows.
because it's going to be longer
TV
designed.
shows are different.
Well, of course, yeah.
The formatting has to be different because they're regimented. Like it's only an hour. You have to stay, or it's only an
Going by episode.
that's a little different. And then, like for instance, you have something like Supernatural. It's an air show. They have a teaser. They have 3 acts, and they have a closer. And
Okay.
it is to the letter how many pages it is.
Oh, okay.
So
You might
yes,
teach me about that. I know you know about that too.
I've written so many episodes of
I
Supernatural.
would love to learn how to write
Yeah,
screenplays,
I'll
script
show you.
stuff, because I'd love to write my own screenplay for my Chronicles of Cagliostro. Because I would love for that to be a mini series. So I would love to write my own because I prefer if I was in control of it than someone else writing it. You know what I mean? So I'd
Yeah,
like to learn.
when you finish Cagliostro, you know I love to say it. When you finish that, it is basically your blueprint for your script.
Yeah, I know you were telling me that
You
before.
will literally you especially if you do your own adaptation, like
Yeah,
and I definitely will get off of this in a second.
yeah.
My novel series for the Glass Quarter, Shattered, the screenplay is different than the book.
Well,
But
usually it
the
would
screenplay is different than the book because people always get out of the gate when the book was so different. Well, that's because they are different. The
it
meaning
would be. You can't make it the
I
same.
I have characters who go to the School of the Arts. In my book, I am not going to write out the play that they acted in, the dances that they did, the songs that they sang in the
But
book.
it would be in the
But in
show.
the screenplay, you're
Would
going to
be
see performances.
because you're gonna see it,
You
right?
bet your bottom dollar people can go, that wasn't in the book.
Well,
They
why would
didn't
it
they
be?
didn't do that in the book. I'm like, do you really want to see the Romeo and Juliet play written out in the book? Do you really? Or would you rather I tell you, this is not a show moment, tell you that it happened? There are scenes in the book where Spencer and Aaliyah were being romantic teens, for lack of a better term. I can't put that in the book the way I can put it in the script.
This is true. This is true.
So when people go, oh, she never went down that particular corridor and did blah blah blah. Well, yes, she did,
It's just
but
gonna
it
be.
wasn't. I could not show that in the book the way I can show it on the script.
This is true.
So, girl, wait. When you finish that, that's going to be our project.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm
And
all
by
over.
the time you finish that, you will know how to format a screenplay because trust me, I hate to say that it's easier. It's easier to me
Yeah.
because you don't have to go into the flowers were in bloom on the autumn day. You just say autumn. Everybody knows what happens in autumn. unless
I
it's
love that.
unless something unusual is autumn and it's snowing. You're
Mm.
not gonna mention that.
To go into details. Yeah, SD was saying that she always thought the script and screenplay were the same
Yeah,
term.
they are.
I just wasn't sure if it was because I hear people say two different things, and I'm like, okay, well, are they saying the script is what the entirety of it is written out, and the is the screenplay, the entirety of it written out scene by scene, and then is the script is what the actors and such get to break it down so they can do it. I was like, is that what's going on? But I wasn't sure. So.
Just to be honest with you, I mean, I'm telling you legitimately, I know this to be fact, they are the same thing. You're gonna always get people who will disagree, but I've been in this industry since I was a teenager. This is not new to me. And I'm telling you, they're the same thing. The distinguished, usually when I first started writing them, when you get people saying script, it's because that's what the writer referred to it as.
Yeah.
Whether it became a screenplay, which basically, whether you see it in the movies or whatever,
that's when it's
wasn't always a given. But you always had the script itself
already. I get you.
So that's really where it comes from. And it again, you know, languages morph into different meanings, what have you.
Very true.
Play is a play is a play. It's either on screen, it's on stage, it's on television. There you go. So I personally.
So first, I am author DL Tillery. If you don't already know that, me and Aphrodite do this every week on Tuesday at 8 o'clock.
Right on.
Eastern time. I am working on tonight. I'm going to write a poem for writer's prompt that I'm doing this month. I need to get it in. I did actually write a short story for the prompt, but I just have so much going on that I'm not going to get a chance to get it edited. I know it's just a prompt, but I like my stuff, if it's going to go out to
you went out a little bit.
The public, I like my stuff read. I try not to send out anything that's going to be half done. So if I think that I'm going to get it half done, then I'm not going to put it out. So I'm going to go with a poem because poetry is the easiest thing. You just make sure everything's spelled correctly and your style is your style. So that's what I'm going to be working on.
You know, spelling is my strong suit, but you wouldn't know it by my damn typing and keyboard.
Tonight. So yeah, that's what I'll be working on tonight. Actually, right after I finish that, I'll be editing that video when we get.
Well, for me tonight, I have to continue. I broke the script down already, which for me takes the longest, but now I have to do the shot list, which also takes long, just not as long for me because I tend to miss stuff when it comes down to color coding. I miss stuff, but I never mess up shots. So I'll miss, oh damn, I forgot that we have to have food for the cafeteria scenes. Well, sometimes I'll miss things like that, but I have a great DA, director assistant, who will be like Aphrodite. So what they gonna eat? So he'll catch that stuff that I will miss.
And that's the point of that, right?
Right. I make sure that I get a girl. It's like line producers and stuff like that. I'll tell you.
That's a lot. It sounds like a lot. And I think writing has a lot in it.
Yeah, the writing part to me is the best and easiest part because I'm like, oh, I got to tell the story. Now I got to break the story down because I can't just say, then we're going to film it. Like, what angle? What we're looking for? I don't know what shot you want. Like, what do you mean you don't understand? No. I'm a beast on set.
That is too funny.
I am a beast on set. Like
I would love to see that.
This nice person that you see is not the same person.
You are too funny.
I'm like, action. And then this one kid, one time, this one actor, he was like, oh, wait, I messed up. Cut. And my head just almost like imploded. I'm like, I don't recall you getting the part of director. You don't call cut. You mess up, you keep going until I say cut. Yeah, I have mental problems, but it's okay. It's okay.
That's okay. That's how we come up with those amazing stories.
So that's what I'm going to try to work on. Other than that, I do have some videos for what month for April. I have my April videos that I have to script, and because I have not filmed them yet. Usually by now I would have filmed them, but I had so many other things going down that I didn't film them yet. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Will you do the first question?
Yes, I should.
You went out.
Theme. And the first question is, what's something that happened in your main character's past that influences their behavior
Mm.
today? You want to go
I
first, or
think
you want me to
I
go
can
first?
handle that quick. My main character is Aaliyah Shaw, and she was born in Africa, in Liberia, to an American mom and a Liberian dad, and she was raised there until she was 5, and then she came back to the States with her mother. Um, and she came back because of stuff that was going on in Liberia that her father wanted her protected from, and I don't want to go into details of that, but that's why they came back. So, but because her mom came back and she came back alone, she was all ridiculously protective of her. So she wanted to treat her like glass and make sure nothing happened to her. Whereas her other daughter, who she left behind, mind you, when she went to Africa, she just left her on her own. So she has two kids who are completely treated opposite. And emotionally, it messed Aaliyah up because she, inside, she's a wild child, but she was meant to be kept in a box. And she was treated that way until she was 17 years old. So because of that, that's one of the things that's like, I don't know how,
Influences her.
that's it look almost looks like she's, when she gets to school she changes, but she doesn't change. She actually becomes who she is, the person that she couldn't be before she got to school. So that influenced it. Her freedom influences her behavior, the freedom she never had in her past. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. Um. So my main character is Cagliostro Masterson, and he is influenced from his past by the death of his mother and his father. I
He
think
lost both.
he lost both at the
Oh, I
same
didn't know
time.
that.
Yeah, on the same day. Something really serious went down, and he lost both of them. And you will see the influence of who he is. Cagliostro is very old, and especially by human standards, not necessarily by what he is standards,
Right.
but he is old to humans, and that enough right there affects him, because if you've lived for that long, and I'm not gonna go exactly his age, but let's just say he's about the thousands type of area. If you've been around for that long, you aren't going to respond to things the exact same way a person who's been alive, let's say 100 years or less, would respond to it. And people who are that old respond to things such a um, wise way or stoic type of way. Someone, and what I can't stand, this is a little off subject, what I can't stand is when I see stories about beings that are older, and the person who wrote it cannot get past their own humanity to write about this character, this being that has lived for so long. Not that we can um know exactly how this person would act, but we can at least
Right.
assume, like, when we've gotten older, how much we have changed as humans, just
Right.
from the experiences and the things we have seen. Just even the people we've experienced as watching other people, not even just our own lives, but how it changes us as people. So a being that's been around for thousands of years, or 1,000 years, or whatever X amount of years, it's no way they're going to respond or act so immature or childish, unless they are stuck at a certain age and they just can't get past the maturity level.
Right.
That's a
But that's
different
different.
story.
That's personality.
Right, that's different. But I just can't stand it. You could tell that this person didn't think about it when they wrote a set character. Let's say I've seen it on a lot of different shows too, about different beings, and I'm like shaking my head like, there's no way someone's like 3,000. Let's say a show that had a vampire and it's like 3,000 years old, and this vampire is acting like he's like 17 years old, and he didn't even stop maturing or whatever. Let's say until he was like in his 40s anyway. So, but it don't make sense. They didn't think about it because the person who wrote it didn't see past their own humanity. You
Right.
know, not that that's an easy thing to do. But anyway, back on subject with Cagliostro, um he wears a opal necklace. It belonged to his mother. And throughout the story, you'll notice him wearing it, and you'll see little depictions of opal stone throughout his manner and things like that.
So the opal is key to him.
That actually he is so much older, the love for his parents still influences him and who he is, but it's something he keeps personal to himself because he's very he keeps stuff close to himself because he's a more of a loner type. He's used to being alone in the sense of not having someone close to him since he lost his parents very, very early in his existence. But that being said, of course, when his love interest comes into story, it changes him a bit. Though him being such an older person, his version of love and his way he takes love is a little bit different than what a human being of, let's say, 50 years would see and take love, you know?
Right.
So definitely his parents dying definitely influences who he is, even in his long life. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Well,
That
you know what, on that subject you were talking about, they did a good job on Umbrella Academy with number 5.
yeah.
Number 5 might be in the body of a adolescent, like 12-year-old, but he literally lived an entire life, became an old man. So
Yeah.
when you see him, he is not a 12-year-old. He is an old ass man.
Right,
He has
right.
the experience and the life and all that stuff to come along with aging, even though
Right.
he doesn't look it. And they did a good job with that. Like I
Yeah,
agree
I
with
think
you.
that's good.
I hate when you have, especially if you have, for instance, a vampire cat, character, and
Yeah.
the vampire was turned when they were
Hmm.
17, and
Yeah.
they still have him acting 17. That's ludicrous.
There's no way.
If they were, they might still look 17, but if they are 275 years old, they're not acting 17.
No, they may like, well, they'll be like, well, their hormones and such in the body, blah blah blah. But that's still that does not mean they're not going to learn
That's
anything.
biology, though. That's not, you know, experience in life. So yeah, and they don't. You're right.
Oh, like, oh, I'm having tantrums, and because I've seen it where someone did write a vampire that was like, you know, a little kid in a little kid's body, but tried to pretend and fake like, oh, I'm still a kid. But when the vampire was trying to be serious, and it was like you could tell this was a person who was very, very, very old. You know
Oh
what I
yeah, I
mean?
like that. I like that.
That's always cool. Like I like that because that happened on Forever Night.
And
Remember
Rice did
the
that too.
worst vampire on there was the little girl, and she was a bitch. Like she
I
was
don't
coming.
remember. Wait a
That's
minute.
how it, she was
A little
killing
nice.
everyone. She was killing everyone. Like no, because the vampire like
I don't
it's like
remember
she's like
that.
a child or something. Like she's really really young, and then she's like she just evil as fuck. Like she's been alive for a long 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 time. But that's what I mean. Like, but they'll be like, well, you know, being a kid and stuff. They don't know. Like
Mhm.
she was like an older woman. She wasn't playing.
Oh my
So.
God! You know who else did a good job with that? I
Mm.
don't know if you ever used to watch the TV show Highlander.
Are you serious? Don't play with me. I love Highlander.
There was a
Every
little boy.
episode. I was just watching it yesterday.
There was a little boy. He was like 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Who was
Yes, yes.
and the problem with him was it's hard for him to take heads because he's little.
He had to trick people.
So yeah, and it was I was like, yes, and people are like, y'all are so dumb. Y'all are falling for this old ass man stuck in this little boy's body. I was like, wow.
Yeah, but
He worked it. He worked it.
that's usually what they do. So I think that that's good when they think about that stuff. That's good writing. It's coherent. You still need
They
that.
able to get past exterior, and that's what you got to do. You got to get past
Sure.
exterior.
Yeah.
I like being able to interchange my people with what their packages don't matter.
All right.
Sometimes
So we
their
probably should.
package is key to the story, but rarely do I do that.
Oh, I know that. That means I guess if we start at
What time
8:40,
is
which is
it?
in a minute.
Okay.
It's 8:40. Yeah, 40 minutes after 8. And then we can write until 8:55. Come back and do our second
You know what? We
question,
talked for
and then
so
we'll.
long. Let's go from 8:40 to 9.
You want to do? Okay, we can
Let's
do
do
20
it
minutes.
20.
Yeah. Okay, let's do 20 then. That's good. I will set the alarm as soon as it hits 40. I will count us
Okay.
down.
So everybody, we're coming back at the top of the hour.
Yep, at 9, and we will do a
Answer,
20 minutes
answer
prep for
the
this
first
one.
question if you can in the comments. I mean, in the
Yep,
chat.
we'll read them when we come
Let us know
back.
what you're working on.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right, going to count us out. 3, 2, 1, and right. See you in 20 minutes. And we're back. La, la, la. Oh,
My
goodness.
heart hurts right now.
Oh, no. What happened?
somebody, um, somebody was outside screaming help.
What?
Yeah, so they're okay though.
Oh, they okay? Oh,
So that's why, like, I had to leave for a second because I had to make sure they were okay.
well,
I
yeah.
didn't call the police or what have you. But oh my god,
Oh.
I hate like it wasn't just help too. It was like somebody help. So I'm like,
Oh,
oh
no.
shit.
You're like,
But
what's going on?
no,
Oh.
they're okay. They're actually fighting with somebody else, like
Oh, okay.
being extra.
Mm.
So I was like, okay.
Do not worry other people with. Okay.
Cool. Like, don't do that. Like, I would don't yell help if you don't actually need help.
I know, right?
Like, oh my god. Anyway, my heart hurts.
Oh, my goodness.
So how'd you do?
Um, Poetry is such a funny thing because you think you'd write it fast, but that's not what I've learned over the years of being a poet. I wrote about 115 words over my poem, which is good because my poems aren't. I don't do very very long poems. I do them until they're done, and they usually aren't too long until I get to my,
I like
climax
that.
of it. I'll read you a little piece of it.
I do them until they're done.
That's right. I'll read you a little tiny piece.
All right, go
The
ahead.
first taste is like a desert's last drop of rain. Make me whole again with the nearness of your skin,
Mm,
never to stop my heart again. Unknown to me was the breath of life, my soul aching, I've died thrice. So that's just one little part of it. That's about the midpoint. I would think it's probably not going to be much longer.
mm.
So
Now you
yeah,
got me inspired. Oh my god. I'm thinking about one of my characters now have to read some poetry to the other one,
yeah.
which means I in turn have to write the poetry.
Oh
Woo!
yeah, this is true. I love writing poetry because it just it's like the easiest thing for me. It just flows very easily. I usually get my poems done in no time. I have like so many books of poetry that I am going to release a book of my emotional poetry, which is actually called Lavender Words of Lavender. I have the cover and everything for that one already. It's gonna be an ebook. But yeah,
You
so
know how I write poetry the same way I write everything. I write it whatever comes to me first, and then I rewrite it so it's poetic.
that's right.
Like,
Like because I'm
ooh,
kind of writing it poetic, but I go back and like reread it to myself. That's what takes me a little bit of time. That's what I was doing. You see me sitting here like this on the video because I'm reading it, and then I see if the words flow the way I want them to, and then if not, I go back and add where I think I need something else that wasn't expressed in it. So that's
right.
usually how I write my poetry. But what
Nah,
did you? How did you
nah.
do?
I write like this. Here you go. Ooh, ooh, boy, you know you bomb. How about me and you get it on? Can I meet you after prom? And then I go write it
Mhm.
poetically. I wanted to say those things. Now
Well,
let's
I mean, it's so many different types of poetry that exist. I mean, I can't write like I suppose I could, but I've never wrote slam poetry before. Like that's one of the ones I don't think that's me, but I've seen some people who do it really, really well. And then there's like poetry that sounds more like a story.
Yeah,
Um,
that's me. I do sonnets.
yeah, that's a different type of poetry. I don't really write that kind either. I say that usually for my short stories, but I've read that kind though. But I'm
That's
more of
I
a
told you. I'm more of a Shakespeare kid. So
yeah.
I write tragedies and I write sonnets.
I don't know if I have it. I would love to write a tragedy, but I just don't know if I have it in me to write. Well, actually, no, it's not true. My horror romance is like tragedy in most cases.
Yeah.
But that's about all I can probably do because I'm very much a happy ending fairy tale type of girl.
But
So
the
I
comedies and tragedies literally are the same thing. They just walk a
definitely
really thin line.
it's
Really.
just life.
Hey, where's Paul? Oh, let me. So you want to know what I did? Okay, this is what I did. I want
Yes.
to show you if I can possibly show you. All right. So I
Okay.
don't know if you can see this. Actually, let me switch screens because I can't see, and I may be able to see better. All right. Can you see this?
Yeah, I see
I
that the
don't
color
know if it's
codes and stuff.
backwards or not, but it says character's name.
Yeah, I see the characters, numbers, and names, and I see the
Right.
pink
So
color on it there.
in order to write out the scene stuff, the different characters have to be assigned a number, so you're not writing the name all over and over and over and over and over again.
Right.
So, for instance, I just did the cafeteria scene. Well, okay, the scene where Spencer and Chase are sitting eating.
Yeah.
Aaliyah comes over, kisses Spencer, ignores Chase.
Of course. Yeah.
Then
Don't
Chase
be a bitch.
that scene. So
Okay.
basically, it's set for 10:15 a.m. because you got to also do the approximate time when you're going to start because you gotta. You don't always stick to it, but you have to at least shoot for it. The set is the cafeteria. The whole location is in the school, but this particular scene is in the cafeteria. The talent is 1, 2, 3, and E.
Mm-hmm.
Aaliyah, Chase, Spencer, and extras.
Yeah.
And so with that information that I just told you, I had to determine how that was getting shot. So Spencer and Chase eating, I have to decide if it's going to be a MFF, a medium full shot of the cafeteria. Is it just going to be close and a 2 shot of them?
Yeah.
Is it going to be over the say the right terms over the shoulder shot of from back and forth between the two boys? Is it going to be a 2 shot where they're just both in the scene? Is it going to be a combination of those two things? And that's just for the first 3 seconds.
Oof, that's a
Okay,
lot.
so
Wow.
then
No lie.
am I shooting Aaliyah walking towards the table? Is it going to be, a full shot? I have to determine how is she going to be at the table? Is it going to be a tilt of her? Is it going to be one of the boys' POV? Is it going to be all three in the shot?
Right. Yeah.
And then, so what I determined for what happens after that is when she walks around, it's going to be now Chase's POV. She walks around to the side where Spencer is. She leans down and kisses him.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting a medium close up of her kissing him. But then it's going to go to a rack shot, which basically means transitions to Spencer and Aaliyah still being in the forefront, but blurry and Chase intensely staring at them.
Okay.
So you have them, and then it just shifts to that.
Okay.
So then it cuts back around to all three of them. She sits down. She has her back to him, still staring at Spencer. Go back to Chase's POV of what that looks like, and then him getting up to leave. When he's leaving, she didn't turn around yet. She's still watching him. So you have his point of view of him looking back at her while he walked out to see that she's still looking. Then you get his point of view with her smirk, like, yeah, bitch, bye. And then her turning around, and then the full shot of them sitting there, and that whole thing is like 12 seconds.
Nice. That's like a lot to write in.
And then, like I said, the easy part was the dialogue where Spencer says, "Oh, you didn't see Chase sitting there, I guess." And then she's like, "Chase who?"
Yeah.
That's all the dialogue.
Oh,
all that camera stuff I had to just map out. And that's what I did for that during the break.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Can you see this?
Yes, I can. Oh my god, that looks so busy. Paper.
It is
it's so busy.
That's the call sheet. That's just the call sheet.
Wow.
And basically what the call sheet is, it just tells you the location, the address, and all that stuff, where the nearest hospital is, because you got to note information like parking. Then it gives you the crew that's up here. If it's in pink, that means that person isn't your name. You'll see your name on there. If it's in pink, it means that person isn't confirmed. And then the principal talent and what time they have to show up and who they're playing. And then the additional talent and what time they have to show up and what they're playing. That's literally just the call sheet.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's like a busy page.
Right. So then the other 5 pages are the 37 scenes that are being shot.
Wow, 37 scenes. Damn,
37 scenes, 11 different locations. Well, 11 different technically set in the same location. Who's in what? and if there's notes whether or not there's dialogue or not, because they all don't have dialogue.
Right.
And by that, they all have stuff happening where people are talking and doing stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't all have set in stone dialogue, like the shit that Aaliyah and Spencer were just saying in the scene I just told you about.
Yeah.
Well, there's other kids around and they're talking and doing whatever. They don't have scripts telling them what to say.
Oh, okay.
They're directed to, you're in the cafeteria at lunchtime, be kids having lunch, you know.
Okay.
So, and it goes like that. And usually for that kind of stuff, they have to pretend like they're talking.
Right.
Because then I have to add all that stuff in post. All the atmosphere and the noise and the trays clashing and kids being kids go in post.
Wow.
So like, and when you see like dance scenes and you see people doing all their boogieing and stuff, there's no music that gets added after. So what happens is you turn the music on so they can see what they're dancing to, and they dance, and then you let them know, okay, we get ready, cut the music, keep going, cut the music. They keep doing their little boogie thing. People are doing their dialogue or whatever, then the music gets added back in post.
Oh, okay, cool. Gotta be a good actor to pull that off. I can do it though. I can just dance in my head.
Yeah, you can. If you can look, you can do a 4 count. You can do it.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing now that I have to do next for the next break is I got to choreograph a fight scene.
Oh yay! I hate doing fight scenes.
I don't want to do it. Like I'm actually may pass it on to a coordinator because I don't want to do it. But then I also got to get the shots. So
sure, I don't like fight scenes. I don't know if I write those well. I'm not that type of writer, so I have to correspond with my older brother on the fight scenes. Even though I do martial arts, funny that
it's different.
It's different when you've been in fights. My older brother's been in fights. Like he's had to fight people and.
But it's different on the script itself.
I'm about fight scenes.
I'm sorry, I thought you stopped. You went out a little bit. It's different in the script because the script or in the book, I don't go into a detailed information about the fight scene because I don't want to. Chase goes after Spencer. Spencer fights back, kind of thing. But in the script, I have to choreograph it because
of course, they gotta see it.
And you can't hurt somebody's fucking kid,
Obviously, this is true. Yeah.
So, like, I don't want, like, when Chase slams Aaliyah into the locker, I don't want the actor to slam the other actor into the locker.
Well, no, it's acting.
We have to make it look like that happened, and that has to be choreographed. That's the kind of stuff I don't like.
Yeah, that's always a pain about.
We have a stunt coordinator, so
that's good. All right, so our second question for the external influences. Your main character, who do they trust?
You go on that one.
Okay. So, like I said, Cagliostro isn't really.
You went out again.
Someone who calculates and thinks. He's definitely that type. That's probably because I love that type.
Say that again. You went out. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You went out a little bit. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I'm going out because the internet does this. Yeah, thing. But Cagliostro, I would say before Allison shows up, I would say he trusts Donovan, who we don't really know a lot about Donovan at first, but he's the only other person who lives in his manor. He takes care of all the manor things and seems more like a butler type of character. Donovan is. Donovan actually, now he's one of my sub characters. So Donovan is looks like he's in his mid to late 40s. He has completely white, snow white hair. So he's had that since he was younger. I'm not saying that he is 40. He is much older than that. I know what you mean. Yeah. And I think Donovan is of he's like Ukrainian. I think he. But he's very quiet type, but he trusts Donovan. So I would say that would be the person that he would trust before Allison shows up, because he has to learn to trust her because he doesn't know her at first, and he's guarded. Sorry. Yeah, he sounds like he should be. He's a stranger, and he has reason not to trust people to begin with. So
Right. He sounds like he's very guarded.
He is definitely guarded, and for many reasons that you'll find out why.
Right.
Your turn.
Aaliyah is easy. Aaliyah trusts her mom and she trusts her sister. And it's easy to trust them because they have they don't lie ever. No matter whether you agree with what they do or don't agree with them or whatever, however you feel about them, they don't lie. And she, because they aren't liars and they do not tolerate liars, she has full trust in them.
That's good because you can't always say that about your family. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, she can count on her mother and she can count on her sister to be who they are 100% of the time. She may not like who they are.
Yeah, you can't
But
always like who people
yeah,
are.
she can count on her mother not approving of nothing the fuck she do. So she knows that any angle she has to deal with when she's speaking to her mother, she already knows that her answer is going to be no or I don't approve. So when if she doesn't have to wonder, oh, if I call my mom and ask her, can I go to the party? She doesn't have to wonder. She already knows. No, the mom's not going to want you to go. So you have to decide: are you going to go or not go?
Not go because that's
you're not getting permission.
Yeah, really. I know. I've been there, done that.
But in the grand sense of things, she trusts them.
Yeah, true.
She trusts them.
That's cool. Okay, and Tasha said, my main character only trusts her best friend's ex-boyfriend.
Wait a minute. Okay, am I reading that correctly? She only trusts
her best friend's ex-boyfriend.
Boyfriend?
Awkward. Yeah, that's why I said drama.
Oh, I love that.
That's some drama happening right there.
So it's major drama because it's your best
friend's ex-boyfriend, because that means they probably don't like the ex-boyfriend anymore because he's an ex. So, but then you still talking to him and trust him as like a friend. Oh,
so he or she, because I don't know who the best friend is. So he or she not with the person that she drama with a capital drama.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Drama.
Oh my Lord, I love it. I love it.
That's some good stuff. I like that.
I love it. I want my main character to trust her love interest.
Yeah,
but she's too scared to.
Yeah, that's kind of. I know that because I mean that's building on the character. I mean, like, well, for Carl, Yastro, and Allison, later on there will be a complete trust that can't be broken because their relationship grows. It has to, so that's right. Let me see. Tasha, she does it in secret to not upset anyone.
Yeah,
well, you know how I'm just gonna say, excuse my French, but shit comes too light. I'm right? Saying. It do.
Anything you do in the dark will show up in the light.
It sure will.
Just the friend's gonna make a mistake and go, "Oh yeah, but I was just talking to Keith, and Keith said the same thing." Like, well, you were talking to who?
What happened?
Huh?
What happened? Somebody gonna see somebody? How
that goes. That happened in Shattered when Aaliyah was talking to Pooey and Orchid about wanting to have sex with her boyfriend for the first time, and she was being all cryptic as to not saying the name.
And it said his name.
And then when
she was like
gross, like, well, why don't you get him to? I'm just gonna make up something. Why don't you just get him to squeeze your boob? And like, oh yeah, that sounds real smart. Hey Spencer, can you squeeze my boob? And then Pooey's like, Spencer?
Like, excuse me, who was it? What did you say?
What?
Lawrence says, my MC hasn't learned to trust anyone. Later, he trusts his newly discovered uncle / guide, but I'm killing him off soon.
Wow.
Oh, poor him.
You guys are beasts. I love it. Oh, yeah. He finally gets to trust, but I'm killing that mofo.
So he gonna have no trust. Then he gonna have a problem with trusting people, like, because they're gonna die.
Right. That's Spencer. Spencer don't
have a complex, man.
Nothing, because it's like everybody he ever liked leaves him.
Yeah, so sad. I want to hug Spencer so much. Really. I just want to give him a hug. He's all right. I think it's 20 minutes after 9, so
It's 20 after 9. Did you say
Just
20?
sort of like, mm,
You want to do another 20 then? Then that'll put us at 20 off.
yeah, okay, but it will have to only do like we have to do the question and we'll have to jump back right into our last sprint to
Yeah.
finish up in time if we do 20. Okay.
Right, I know you. No, we could do 15. It's up to you.
I mean, we
Yeah.
can do yeah. Okay, let's do 15 so we
Right.
can make sure we get 3 sprints in.
All right.
All right.
Let's do 15.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
I gotta
gonna
finish the scene.
yeah, and I'll get
You get what? Oh, you went out again.
question count down. 3, 2, 1, and right. Be back in 15.
Oh, excuse me. Let me mute this microphone. Is it time yet? Did I miss it?
Oh, there it is. We're done. It just rang.
Oh, yeah, I just got.
Yep, it just rang.
Oh,
Oh
why
boy.
am I shrunk down now? What happened? Did I move?
You might have moved something.
Oh, Lord. How'd you do? Oh shit!
Let's see.
Why am
I
I?
only added a bit to it. I have to go back. I had to go back and change a little bit here and there of it, but it's closer. It's getting closer to the 200 mark now.
Mm,
It was only at about 110 words, but I went back and cut and changed a few things and added a little bit more. But I might make it a little bit longer this time.
how long do you? How many stanzas do you usually put in your poems?
Say again.
How many stanzas do you usually put in your poems?
Um, I
I used to only do 12, so I had 4, 8, 12.
don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean 12, 3, 4, 8, 12.
Probably. I don't know. Probably about that. I would say because I don't know. I hardly even think about it. I usually don't even check until after the fact.
I always have this thing, like I like odd numbers because I like having a dedicated middle.
True.
So I like having beginning, middle, end
Yeah.
always. So I always do stuff where it's an odd number. I
Yeah.
always, but usually.
Yeah.
But I'm what I did was I'm glad that I get to say stuff to you because you know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
I'm at a scene that pisses me off.
Oh.
So when Headmistress Kiriaki decided that she wanted to be a
Oh.
bitch to kick Aaliyah out.
Oh.
So, and
That's
the actress
weird.
who plays Headmistress,
Yeah.
she just good. So
Oh yeah. I saw who you picked.
so I had to work that one. So it just instantly got me mad.
Yeah, I know. You
Just
like,
dismissed
do
my
you
girl.
want to choke her? You're like, I can't choke her, but I really want to.
I do want to choke her, and it's like, and she's not a character I hate though because like I know all the stuff behind the stuff she's doing. She doesn't have a personal problem with Aaliyah. She has a problem with Aaliyah because she really feels like Aaliyah is a troublemaker. That because Aaliyah came to the school, it caused trouble.
Yeah,
Not
of
because
course.
Aaliyah herself, like she doesn't dislike her, but nonetheless, she still lets the Beaches and the Caprios in
Hmm.
financial influence shit that she does. So,
Of course.
bitch, bitch.
I think everybody's doing pretty good too in the comments.
So where we at? What's going on?
Words fall. Says you wrote chapter 12.
Two words. I love it.
That's funny. And Natasha did 487 words, but hit the 7,000 words for the day. That's good.
And wait, Natasha, what did you say your ultimate goal was?
I think 16,000, if I remember
Oh
correctly.
shit. She
Yeah,
almost
16,000.
halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. SD said, I'm back after I had to disappear for a bit. Got 49 words. That's good. Still say you disappear for a bit, just saying.
49 more words than you had before.
That's right. That's what I said.
I want one of y'all to come over here and finish doing this damn script shit for me.
No, that sounds like
Just
a
come
lot.
over and break the script
No.
down for me. I'm just don't understand why y'all won't come do that.
I know we need to come do that work for you, though.
I
All right, so the third question for the external influences, your main character, who do they hate and why? I'll let you go first because this should be easy. This should be
Who does
easy.
Aaliyah Shaw hate?
I don't know who that is.
Aaliyah Shaw hates um Chase Edward Sophos
That's right.
to the core, and she rightfully so hates him.
True that.
Next on her list of motherfuckers she hates is Baron Beesh and Barbara Beesh.
Yeah, really. He supposed to straight out call them bitches because that's they
right
supposed to because they bitches. So.
now, Barbara, she hates a little less because she just doesn't like Barbara because she doesn't like the kind of person Barbara is.
Right.
Barbara doesn't affect her in the grand scheme of things. She's an annoyance.
True.
But she doesn't like the kind of person she is. So, but those three people are on her list. Yeah. And them boys deserve it.
Yeah, no, that's right.
They deserve it. Barbara may not deserve hate. Barbara's the kind of person that you just need to say, bitch, step off and don't have nothing to do with.
Deep down, you probably pity
don't
her.
Put no emotion into her time.
Yeah, true.
But Baron and Chase hates. And will die hating them.
That's right. No, I know all about that. I fucking hate Chase myself, and I ain't even know you.
I feel sorry for Chase. I do not like Chase, but I don't hate him. I hate Baron though.
I don't even. Baron is like I didn't even get that. It's funny how we all feel different, but you have different reasons, obviously. But like Baron, like I was like that punk bitch. Like I don't even. He's like a little lackey bitch. Like that's what he is to me. Like he's that little punk who follows around the dude who's doing all the shit secretly, but. He's like he could be worse, but he's not.
Yeah, that's why I hate him because
he could be worse, but he's like he's not the leader. He's not. He's like being a beta, but doing sneaky shit. You know what I mean?
And that's why I hate him because he's a snake in the fucking grass. And see, the thing with Chase is the leader of their little crew. But it's something wrong with Chase. Chase is mentally unstable.
Well, we know that
ain't nothing wrong with Baron. Baron is just mean and nasty. Yeah. And that's why I hate him. It's not that Chase should get away with shit or get any kind of love for
of course not.
Mentally, because you still guilty of your dumb shit. Sure. But at least it's because he's crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with Baron. Nothing. He just mean. He's an opportunist. And it's like he walks in the door with Chase so that he can get whatever Chase has going on. No, I can't stand Heat now. Yeah, he's who I hate. But Aaliyah hates both of them because she should.
Well, I don't know if my I would say Cagliostro doesn't. He hates someone, but he doesn't know who to hate. So I should probably say that he hates whoever it was that made his life change from when his parents got killed. He hates their existence, but he does not know currently who they are. He also knows that whoever they are has been affecting him through his entire life after his parents died. He knows that person or whoever it is has been causing him a lot of problems throughout his life and why the Gills come after him and things of that nature. So he knows that he hates someone, but he doesn't know who it is he hates.
And I'm asking because I'm not sure. So does in turn you just hate his circumstances in general?
No, it's not necessarily hating his circumstance. He knows that someone killed his parents. He knows someone did it, and he knows someone's his nemesis, let's say, or comes after him, or is doing things, or making all these Gills come after him and hunt him for what he is. So he knows he hates someone. He hates whoever's doing it, but he doesn't know who
the leader is.
He does not know who it is.
So with him, so he absolutely 100% knows that his parents were targeted, and he's also targeted.
He knows it simply because of how it went down with his parents getting killed. He just never saw who it was that directly saw who they were, but he knew that they exist and he knew that they did it. And that person would only be the other person that would know exactly about his origins because of that. And that's the only reason why the Gills hunt him like that.
Right, gotcha.
So
SD said Sorsha currently hates Lars. Love the names, by the way.
The love interest. Okay.
She died. He turned her, and she hates that she didn't get a say in the matter. Fuck yeah, I'd be mad too. She wouldn't have chosen to be a vampire. Okay.
Yeah, I get that. All right. And Natasha Tasha says she hates herself as her main character for the
Oh
most
wow.
part because of the things that have happened. But other than that, she hates her father because because he broke her trust.
Uh,
Yeah.
damn. I can't wait to read these stories.
Yeah, it all sounds very
I
interesting.
can't wait to read these stories. You guys are amazing with us. I love um twisty conflict. I love it. And the reason why I love it, not because I like drama, because I like to see how things get fixed.
Exactly.
I love to watch the world blow up just to see how people come back together to fix it.
Yeah, I agree. That's
I love it.
definitely interesting take on that. But yeah, so all interesting. All interesting on that. I like that. The stuff
Right.
going on there. But
And
yeah.
that was the third question.
Yeah, well, it's the third question, so we did
Okay,
fit them
yeah.
all
So you
in.
did good on that. Next week, I don't know what the
I'll
thing.
come up with some questions for next week, so you can take a break.
Can you do? Can you come up with some world builds and stuff? We haven't done
Yeah,
world building in a couple months.
yeah. So yeah, I'll do some word building questions for next week. Yeah. So if you guys
Oh
are
my
ready, we will.
goodness, I'm popping today. Look
I know, right?
at me.
Good. We're gonna start our next sprint in a few minutes. So we're gonna do it at about 9:50. We're gonna start our last sprint, which will be 15 minutes, and it will run us to about 10:05.
Yeah, you know what we should do then? That
What's
being the
that?
case, let's plug now so that we can close out after we finish
Okay.
the sprint.
Okay.
What's got going on?
All right. So I have Cross Cagliostro to finish revising and editing. Now I keep saying that every freaking writing, but we do this every week. So I am on a deadline that I am not probably going to meet because I have to send it off to my editor and I have to edit it myself first and let my alpha see it so she
You're
can
not
help
gonna
me.
make it, you said? You're not gonna make the deadline?
I don't think I'm gonna make the deadline.
Mm.
It's not that it's a big deal because I
Right.
have to get to her, but it's the editors have windows that you have to send to them so they can do
Oh,
your
I
book.
know.
You know what I mean? So if not, we'll have to push back the date that she edits my book, which is fine. I'll talk to her soon about that. I'm not sure if I can make it. That's all that. I
Well,
have a
would
video.
you accept partial? Because I had to do
Um,
partial on mine.
oh, she may accept partial, but I'm so behind that I don't even know if I can even send that in. Unless I send her in just like the first 12 chapters or something like that.
That's what I did. I
Um,
said literally sent half my book to my editor, and while he worked on that,
I
because
was finishing
editing
up
takes a
that.
minute, I finished the rest.
Okay, well I might do that. Then I'll talk to her about that. I have a video coming out tomorrow. I'm gonna have to see what it's on because I've been doing my was it editing my was it the branding as an author series. So I think I had released a second video now. I think I have a third video on that. It's mostly building your brand on social media, which is very lucrative for us indie authors. So I'm doing a series on that, and that's coming out tomorrow afternoon sometime. And then everything else I got going on, I just do writing prompts every month with Writers Unite, so I can keep my writing fresh and get people to read my work. So that's also part of my branding plans, so I can get people to read my work through that blog. And you can check out my website. I think my link's below. I
Yeah.
usually put up something once a month on there, whether it's poetry or a short story. If you go on my website now, you can actually catch my short story that I wrote, The Room Within, which is a short horror story. I'm going to be putting up a new poem, which the one I'm writing now is going to be on the blog, and I will be posting that on my website as well for people to read. And if you want to join my Patreon, that's up there too. And I also release things about my book that's debuting on there for my patrons, which is like $1 a month, which is pretty cheap. If you want to join that. And all right, that's it for me. Aphrodite, what do you got?
For me, all my links are below to reach me. Anytime you feel like you want to reach out to me, feel free. I get a lot of writers coming to me asking me for help for stuff, and I'm always willing to help. I make time for my fellow tribe people. But my book Encounters is still doing great. Please go check it out. Leave a review if you get it. An honest review if you get it.
Very good book.
I'm working on I have a couple series that's coming out this year for YouTube on the writing process and just the writing process in general. Stuff I always talk to the kids. I felt like I should share with you all because it's hard to say you may not like my personal style of writing or get into the kind of stories I write, but how I write doesn't have anything to do with how I teach.
True.
So I'm going to do my teaching series that I want to help people out with. And what else? Um, the book trailer is being shot soon, and I had to move my launch date for Shattered till later because the formatting and the cover stuff isn't done, and me not having it able to promote, I just didn't think it was a good idea to move forward with it just yet. I want to wait until it's all in concrete and then move that way. So I'll have to change that. I don't have a date. What else is going on with me? I have a workshop coming up I'm almost done writing actually for in July. If anybody is in Maryland or near Maryland who wants to come to it, hit me up. I'll give you details about that. And I'm considering doing you guys let me know what you think. I'm considering doing I don't know what they call it on Wattpad. I'm considering doing Wattpad, a book for Wattpad. So other than that, I have a Patreon book, just like DL. I have a Patreon book that's starting in June for anybody that's a member of my Patreons. Even at the dollar level, you get to get the book as I write it. So if there's anything else I'm doing, I can't think of it right now. My brain doesn't.
We always doing a million things.
I need to. I swear, July, the middle of July, I'm on vacation. The minute the middle of July hits, I'm stopping. I'm not gonna move. So yeah, guys, hit me up because I really do need some ARC readers as well. So
Yeah.
anybody that wants to be an ARC reader, please hit me up and you can get an actual physical copy of Shattered, the first book in the Glass Corridor series. And I may include pieces for the other two books because I actually have the other two books as well. So I may treat y'all to
Yeah.
some of that.
Mhm.
All right, what time is it?
All
What
right.
time do we need to start this?
It is 9:53, so we can start right away and just come back on the 15-minute mark.
All right,
Sound
guys.
okay? All right, so you guys want to do the last sprint with us? Feel free to join in. I'm going to count us out. If you have anything that you post, we will read it when we come back to close out. All righty, counting it down. 3, 2, 1, and right.
Wait, do I not have you down there? I do. So I know I'm still talking. Let's see. Natasha, she is on Twitter and Facebook. The links are down there in the description if that's what you're talking about. Both of ours are down there. Forgive me, I can't really see as well. I can't see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
I did actually answer her on that, so I wasn't sure if she was talking to me or not. But I told her I am on Twitter and Facebook under Arthur DL Tillery, so easy enough to find me.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, just we got the links, girl. We hooked you up. All right, then back to work.
Yeah.
Be back. I gotta get some coffee.
And we're back. Oh boy.
And now you're doing sound effects.
I know I'm doing an alarm. Do 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 do.
That was too short. No, no.
That's hilarious.
My alter ego, Minx Kenosha, just spoke to everyone.
Oh, I see that.
No, it alarmed. I think when Darko came on, my phone alarmed. It said somebody else is talking. Hi, Darko. Darko Foxfire.
I like the name. Ooh, so I did finish the poem. So yeah, it's about 240 words.
Oh, you
So
finished it. Look at you.
yeah, I finished it. So
I didn't finish shit.
I'm sure you will tonight. You never sleep.
No, I
Anyway.
probably won't. It's 37 scenes. I've done 6.
Ooh, it was a lot of scenes. That's what I was saying for when you said that. I'm like, girl,
Yeah,
what?
I've done 6. I might get halfway done tonight.
Okay, well, still, that's really good. Still, though. Oh my goodness. I think something wrong with my camera too. I think I'm getting a spotting. I think I'm gonna have to
Mm.
check it. I'm getting some blue lighting on there. My
Oh,
cameras are. Yeah.
my this is the camera you got me like a year ago.
Oh, that's good. It's still working good, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it just sits there and stares at me. It's really rude.
I know. They're always all rude, aren't they, cameras? I
But
probably need to get a new one, I think.
I wish I could use it for my vlogs though, because you see how like where I'm looking at it now,
Mm-hmm.
it has a blue indicator light, and I can use that to appear like I can see.
Yeah. Yeah, mine has a blue indicator light
My
itself.
phone,
But I think it's acting weird because I see like a blue haze. You see the blue haze over me? It's like
yeah,
right in the center. So I was thinking of something wrong with my camera.
but
I have to
it
clean it.
looks like you have a filter over
Yeah, I
your.
don't know why it's doing that. Hold on a second. Let me see. I thought maybe it's something in my lens. I think something's going on with my lens.
It could be because it looks like it's something that's is on purpose,
Yeah, but it like it's in one
and
spot
it's
though.
circular.
See? It's only in one spot. I'm thinking something's wrong with my lens though. That's what I'm
It's a
thinking.
circle though too.
I know. So I'm thinking I'm gonna check my lens probably this week, see what's up with that. So whatever's. I
I
don't know
had
how
to
everyone
make,
else did. If you guys want to post, if you're still writing, I don't know if you are, because we only gonna be on for another few minutes, and then we're gonna
yeah, I had to
roll
make some
out.
coffee to get me going again.
I'm gonna make me some cocoa
I'm
with
not
vanilla
I do
bean in
not
it.
like coffee, but for some reason it works. So,
Hey, if it works, right?
and
Right.
this makes me think my grandson, like when my kids are over, and
Mm.
my grandson, if they get on his nerves, because
Mm-hmm.
he's 2, so he has nerves.
Of course he does.
Oh shit, my screen just went black. So if I go out, that's what happened.
Okay, you good right now?
Oh my god, it's still black. But anyway, so he'll look at me. He's like, "Oh my, let's get some coffee. Let's go make some coffee."
He's
And
too funny.
he's so dismissive. Let's go make some coffee. I'm like, "You're right. Let's leave."
We should definitely make some coffee.
And they
He's
just
so
look at me
cute.
like, "We don't care." That's what my son said.
What?
I told him because I was telling him that the book was really doing well, and I wanted to try to explain to him what that meant.
Yeah.
But before I could explain to him what that meant, he goes, "Where's my money?"
What?
And I said, "Well, you're not getting any money. The money goes to the baby."
Mm-mm.
And then he just looked at his baby. And I just want to be
Like,
clear, his child. And he looked down at him and was like, "Oh, I'm about to Gary Coleman this one."
oh,
I was
your son. Oh my
thrilled.
god.
I was like, "What?"
Whoa, look at SD. SD that wrote 641 words.
What? He's
Girl.
trying to show me up. That's all right. I'm gonna catch up next week.
I know, don't play with us. We're coming for you. Let me stop. See, I need to write more to meet my word count goal, but also need to get some sleep because I need to get up at 5:30. Yeah, you better go to sleep. Don't be playing.
5:30. I'll be just
Don't be me.
asleep.
Yeah, don't be me.
I technically have this whole week off, so I don't have to go to bed any particular regimented time
Yeah.
because I don't have to get up any particular time.
You're lucky.
But 5:30. If I had to get up at 5:30, I wouldn't be awake now.
Yeah, I don't have to end up not having to work tomorrow. I did have to work, but I had to switch the schedule thing around. So I'm off tomorrow. So I'm not gonna write or anything tomorrow. I will do. My video will be up in the afternoon, but I'm gonna just f off all day and play video games finally. So. Because I have a new video game coming out Friday, Sakido, for my PS4. So I need to go ahead and beat Devil May Cry 5 that I just got.
You gamers and your lingo.
You already know. Girl, would you like Devil May Cry 5? It's awesome. It's all about these half demons and shit. And they so cool. They hot too. You like them.
Yeah, I'm hot. There is a place in hell just waiting for me to show up.
You saw that thing I put up on Facebook where it was like, where it said God made me, and it was like I had five spoons of dance skill, and then one spoon of naughtiness, and then only supposed to be one spoon of obsession with hot guys. When he's like, oops, and spilled the whole cup in.
Did you see mine?
I did. I was laughing.
Oh my god! And then Rita, she commented. She said, "Yeah, it's about right."
And she even doesn't even know you that long.
I said, I do have an obsession with pretty boys. I do.
I don't know why you wouldn't. I totally get it. And, I'm Aphrodite. I've been having a really bad obsession lately with like Korean and Japanese dramas. Like,
it's not. It's easy to get into them.
All day long. As soon as I get home, I'm on the bed with my dramas. I'm watching one now. I did watch Boys Over Flowers. I watched all of Boys Over Flowers too, by the way.
Yes.
Why they gotta be so cute? This is wrong.
Right. And then I'm sitting there going, "You go, girl!" Every time she was alone with either one of them, I was like,
I didn't know what to do. I was torn. This isn't right. Like, I felt so bad. For what's his name?
She got with the wrong one. But no matter,
I mean, I'm gonna say, because I was like, at first I would have jacked his little ass up, like when he was acting and stuff, and then I know he had a lot of family issues and all that, but I felt so.
The thing is,
bad.
The way they did it on the Netflix series was nicer, so I could see her going back and forth and choosing him on that. But in the manga,
I read the manga.
He shouldn't have chose him because he.
No, I was pissed off in the manga. Yeah, he needed to go. Like his whole ass needed. That's called Stockholm Syndrome. That's what that's called.
Yeah. And
so I still wanted her to pick what's his name, because I thought he deserved to have somebody love him.
He still picked her though. If you notice, he never moved on.
No, he didn't, because he moved on from what's her name.
He even became a doctor with her so he could still be around her.
I know, man. Oh my god, so sad. I can't. I'm like, please, can't you just pick them, split her in half or something? Make two of her.
My thing was, girl, don't choose. Get both or keep both of them.
You probably could manage to somehow talk them into that.
Yes, they would, because they both.
They could be what's it, husband brothers or something.
They would have had to been. I wouldn't have chose. I'd have played that shit to the end. If I knew that they both were hung up, it's on. Y'all have to start liking each other, because you're choosing.
Yep.
But real quick, my AD we talked him up. He just sent me an email, and he just made my night, because I'm sitting here struggling, and he sent me a message talking about how amazing I am. It's like, oh. I told you, they have their moments. They do. They can't help being men and thinking they know everything. But they do have their moments. And he was like, he was just talking about my perseverance that he really thought he thinks I'm amazing. Oh my God.
Good night, SD. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, guys.
I chose already, so y'all know what's up. We'll see you next week on DL's channel. And I think she said the theme is world building next week. So
be world building. I'll have 3 good questions for you all. And then good night, everyone.
Be on with us. You gotta let us know.
Yes, let us know. You can get on camera with us.
If you're on AuthorTube, #AuthorTube on Facebook. Then hit us up, and then we'll know. Okay.
That's right.
Love you all. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.